Is my screen visible? Yes, please reply. Is my screen visible?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Let me. Okay. So first is slide show. This one I'm just slide showing it. Okay. Let me start. SDLC stands for Software Development Lifecycle Model. Okay. Software Development Lifecycle Model. So why do we go for the software development lifecycle model? Because it helps to produce a produce a good quality or high quality software. It is basically used to design develop, because I told you in the first two classes that when we design any diagram, when we like develop any product, so we have to go for the few phases are there. We need to follow something rules, so these rules are fall under this SDLC, software development life cycle. So every product, every software you develop needs to like have a life cycle. That is why it is known as software development life cycle. The process, the entire process is known as the software development life cycle. If we have a proper software development life cycle, then we are able to build a high quality software, because the customer is able to uh, get the expected product. Because when the developers, they want to check like in which phase the like actually not the developers, the managers, if they check the product, the progress of the product, in which phase the product is going on, then there are few phases are there, we'll just discuss now. Then they are able to detect if they are like lacking on budget or not, if they are like going slow or not, they can able to verify it. So that is why we go for this SDLC. So why it is needed? So it's written that the development team does determine suitable life cycle for particular plan and then observe it. Obviously, I just mentioned that if you develop, suppose, let me give you an example. Whenever you go for any project, like whenever you will be doing your project, major project also, there will be few phases. First is known as the synopsis phase, that is the documentation, where you will be mentioning the time required for the project, and then the time coding, when you will do the coding, and then the softwares required. So everything, first is the requirement gathering, like every phases. Like if a guide wants to know in which phase you are working on, they can directly see your like model, and in this month you are working on this phase, so he or she is able to detect that phase. So without using an exact life cycle model, that is not possible. So it gives a basically discipline in a systematic manner. You keep on working on a project. So and also you know when to start a project and when the project is ending. So that is, it gives a clear picture, like because we know that the project starts when a requirement gathering, and when a project is ended, that is in the maintenance, or when it is deployed and the customer is satisfied with the uh, project. But what happens like if we don't have an SDLC, then there will be confusion. No one will know where the developers are working, or there is a fault in the design, or the managers are like they are the managers actually are the person who track the product, okay, the track the project development. So they won't be able to do anything. So there will be chaos, which leads to the product failure. Till this point, any confusion? SDLC and need for SDLC. Okay, let me ask Vishwajit, can you hear me? विश्वजीत सुन रहे हो मुझे?
हेलो
ओके.
यस
हाँ, समझ में आया?
मैम अभी अभी ज्वाइन किया मैम.
अच्छा ठीक है. What about Munmi? Yeah, Munmi, am I audible? Can you hear me? Okay, no sound. Okay, Nadim, unmute करो. समझ में आया थोड़ा सा? I think आई थिंक वॉइस कट रहा है थोड़ा सा तुम्हारा। ठीक है, अगर कुछ कंफ्यूजन होता है किसी को प्लीज चैट में लिखना, अगर क्योंकि मुझे सुनाई नहीं दे रहा है। ठीक है, इफ यू हैव एनी कंफ्यूजन प्लीज डू राइट इन द
Hello?
chat, I'll check the chat box also.
Hello.
Okay, okay, let me see. What happens is SDLC is nothing but a process in software development. Like when you develop a software, there is a process, a systematic process followed, like designing. First we go for requirement gathering, then designing, then implementation, then testing. So these are the things. It's basically a process, software development process. So this process falls under, this process is known as the software development life cycle. Okay, why do we need it? Because it gives a high, it's like we are, when we know in which phase we are working, when the project will finish, and we work in a systematic and disciplined manner, we know the project will be a great project and it will be a high quality project. Because if whenever we have find any fault also, it will be detected and then we can verify it. Okay, but if we don't have a proper life cycle model, if we don't know in which phase we are working, then there will be a problem. If we are not able to track the changes, the able to track the development where it is going on, or either we are like in which stage we are working, whether we are doing designing or whether we are doing like in a C program, what you do, we are, a teacher is asked to give you like write you a program and you keep on writing a program, but we don't understand in which phase you are running. So you give the like confusion, ma'am कुछ समझ में नहीं आ रहा है, like where like error कहाँ पर है. That's the thing. But if you follow a systematic manner, if you do it line by line, then you're able to detect where is the error. So that is the thing with the SDLC also. It basically defines the entry and an exit criteria, and there will be less chance of project failure. Okay, if we go for systematic manner. What happened? So this is like whatever I described in short is written only, so you people can go through it. Okay, now this software development life cycle, basically it looks like something. These are the phases. Okay, this is the SDLC. These are the phases: requirement analysis and defining requirements, designing, coding, testing, deployment, maintenance. Okay, now let's discuss these things in detail. Okay, these are the first stages. Okay, just check it once. Planning and requirement analysis, since the name can, you can also find in Google, you can, this requirement SDLC phases can be of different name. This may be a requirement gathering also, so don't get confused with the name. It may be planning or it may be requirement analysis or requirement gathering, any name can be here. Here it is written design, it may be named as system design also. Don't get confused. If you write system design also, I will give you mark or any teacher will give you mark. Okay, next implementation or coding, testing, deployment and maintenance. So let's go see one by one. So obviously this requirement phase is a very important. Okay, requirement is the most important phase, because in this phase we know what the customer is able, what is customer wants. Suppose let us take an example of a known example, ATM machine. Okay, before an ATM was developed, okay, I'm just talking about like maybe 10 to 15 years, not to 10 to 15, maybe 20 years back, the customer, what they did, what they wanted a machine, right, where for money transaction, where they, if they have a card, they can take out money. Okay, they will type, give a pin and they will take out money, and they can check their bank balance. So these are the things they inform to the whom, to the senior level managers, because these are the very, they wanted a project for they wanted a product for money transaction. Otherwise you think if there were no ATMs, nowadays ATMs are also not required because we go for like online money. But if you think that if you want to go for online cash, before many years back, okay, so I don't remember, maybe in the year of 2000 or 99, what people used to do, they need to they have to like carry cash, or used to like take checks, check, I know, everyone know, right, paychecks, and they need to go to bank, stand in queues for long hours, just to take out few, maybe 100 rupees or something. But when ATM came, that it was a very beneficial for the people. I know that ATM also, there are like many queues are there outside, but the problem is solved, because in one area also 2 3 ATMs are made. So the queues, like the line, obviously it reduced. But it is like create a hassle free environment for the bank workers also, because there will be one person who will be delivering, one cashier only, right, who will be giving out money. So it's very difficult for them also to manage the huge customers. But when ATM came, it was easy for them. So what they did, so it was an idea of some person, some organization. They decided that we wanted to like create a product, a software product, where we can uh, give something as a, they will say like this only, because they have no technical idea. They did not thought that they will enter a card, they will swipe a card or something. They thought that they will enter something and they will get the money. Okay. And then what the senior level managers did, they analyzed it. Okay, they thought the program, and they said they had a meeting with the business analyst and the managers and the senior members, right? What they did, they had a meeting, and based on the requirement, the business and analyst understood, and they thought, okay, then we can have a card or a system such that they need to enter a pin, they can swipe the card, we'll have a card, they can swipe the card, and they can enter a pin, and money will be taken out, and also they can check their balance. Okay, so this kind of things were done, thought about by the business analyst. Later, just a minute, what happened? Okay, these examples are written, don't worry. So later, what happened is these requirements were written in a were documented in a were written down. Whatever they understood, whatever the business analyst understood, were written down. Whenever you understand something, you write in your diary or something. They also write it in a proper manner. Like what is the objective of the project? Then objective, what will be the purpose? Then basically where it will be used for, then the design, not the design actually, then what is done, yeah, these things are documented, the client require, and in the SRS document, that document, that is, it may be a word document, but it is known as the, that SRS doc is known as a software requirement specification. Okay, now that software requirement specification is given back to the client. Okay, the client, like, okay, these are the features you will be getting in your product. The client, what they does, okay, I'm satisfied with the product, like, okay, these are the features I'll be getting, so I'm okay. Otherwise he will say, no, no, I want something more. Then okay, then also the senior level managers, they work on it, and they again give the SRS. Finally, when they are satisfied, they give the documentation to the designer team. So this entire thing is written, designer team. There are, like, you may heard of system designers, they work in a company. The designers, based on the understanding, based on their knowledge, reading through the SRS document, they will design the system. Okay, any diagram, like whenever you want to build a house, you go for like a blueprint of the diagram, or architectural 3D diagram is made. Similarly, for software also, we go for certain diagrams, like we go for DFD, we go for diagrams, which you will study in this one, RDBMS. Okay, we go for certain diagrams, and then that diagrams are forwarded. Okay, that are like what we, and in the diagrams it is clear what will be the input and what will be the output. Now that is given to the developers, that is the coders. The coders, what they do, they don't have to do anything. They will see the design, and whatever design they have seen, they will just code it. Like how they will code, that is totally depends on them. Okay, they will code it, and the project is ready. Once that is a project is ready, they obviously they will find that whether any few like errors are there or not, like say, like you go for compilation. Okay, that they also do. And once the code is ready and it is working properly, so what they do, the project is not completed yet. Okay, so then they give the product to the tester team. Okay, that is go for testing. So the testing team, what they do, they give various test cases. Okay, so whether like they will give wrong input, like if I give, in for the ATM example, if I give wrong pin, then what happens, whether the money will be deducted. If sometimes, like with the in the ATM machine, if the current goes off, then what will happen to the money? Because when it's related to money transaction, it's very like a huge risk. So what if the power gets cut in your ATM, ATM, right? So what will happen that time? Obviously, these were things were thought at before. So these were the done by the testing done by the testers. Once it is tested and it works fine, then what happened? It was deployed. The system was deployed in various places. Now we also, now everyone have this ATM machines, right? This deployed, and then the customer started using it. Now if they found some errors, if they if many errors still occur in ATM also. So if they found errors, then that things were informed, and that things came under the maintenance. There will be separate support team will be there. If you find any problem, you directly contact them, and they will, and after some time also the person obviously come to the ATM to fill the money. Everything was done. So these are the few phases. Maintenance phase. So anyone not clear, or did you understand anything? Anyone? Junmuni, can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, did you understand anything?
Will be just confusing
Uh-huh.
deployment. Just
Please,
getting
can you
confusing
be loud
deployment.
a little bit?
I'm confused in deployment.
Confused in deployment. Okay. What about Kalyan?
Yeah.
Kalyan, you there? Kalyan,
Yes,
did,
ma'am.
did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Where? Which part? You're very much clear. Did you understand the deployment part?
No, ma'am, maintenance and first part I have cleared.
Okay. What about Lakshajit? Lakshajit, are you clear? Huh?
Clear, ma'am.
Which
Clear, ma'am.
clear? Okay. Then for Junmuni, I'm just going to explain. Okay. Deployment is nothing, but you are like giving the your product you are giving for use. You're making available for use. Suppose your product is tested, now you deploy the product. After, if it works fine only, then you make the available for use to the public users. That is. Are you clear now, Junmuni?
Ma'am.
Are you clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And maintenance means what sort of activities are there after the deployment part. See, it's not that the after the people, even after testing, it like it is tested, and then what happens? It is deployed. But even after that, when the customer uses it, there will be some problems. There will be some issues. Then who will the customer contact to? Then he or she needs someone to contact, right? That part, like if like you, everyone have a phone nowadays, right? You are using phone. You, after like these phones are like sometimes you may face some problem with these phones are deployed, but you may face certain problems. Okay, sometimes your like this one power button may not be working or something like that. Okay, so whom you will contact? To bite the phone, that is that enough? You need to contact someone, right? So there you contact the where customer support. Customer support calling that you have some problem in your phone. Similar, this is the case. Like whenever the product is ready also, there must be someone, like after deployment also, there must be someone who must like hear the issues of the person. Okay, that is the purpose of the maintenance. I hope, is the clear, this one maintenance part clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, others, can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
I think Nadim is facing problem. I think Nadim is facing problem. That's why. Then my net is okay. 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 Next is the this software development life cycle. this it has follows some models. Okay, different models are there. So there is like a few models named waterfall model. Then we have iterative waterfalls, then V model. So everything we'll discuss. So these are done in some phases. Like these phases are not same in every case. These phases like are same, but they follow a different approach. Okay, so let's go for the waterfall model first. So this waterfall model, so as the name suggests, it looks like a waterfall. Okay, just see, it looks like a waterfall. Okay, after requirement analysis we have
Yes, ma'am.
system design, then implementation. Like it look, that is why it is known as a waterfall model. Okay, then basically it was a classical approach. It was the oldest approach that was used in SDLC when software came and people started building the software product. So this was the oldest method used. It is known as the classical method, classical approach, also known as the linear sequential model. Why? Because you can see this is like follows in a linear fashion. Okay, it's follows a linear fashion. Okay, now this waterfall model, here what happens is that after one phase, after requirement analysis phase is over, then only we can go for the system design. Okay, similarly, after system design, after designing is completely over, then only we can go for coding, that is the implementation. And after coding is over, we can go for system testing or testing. Okay, and once that phase testing is over, we go for deployment, and after deployment is over, we go for maintenance. Okay, but what if after like you people are programmers, you have coded like C programming, C++. Okay, now Java also you're doing. So you people are coders. If something always like after testing, that is after compiling a program, you found some error. Okay, what happens? After compiling a program, you found some errors. Then you again modify the program. Okay, but if you check here in these phases, if you check the like lines, the waterfall lines, there are no reverse things is not there. So after testing, if you find error also, you cannot go back to the implementation phase. Okay, similarly, after like before implementing, when implementing something, you found that there was problem in the designing part. Okay, then also you cannot go that, you cannot modify, you cannot go to the previous stages. Like in maintenance also, when the customer like started using the product, you found that there was a problem in the system itself, system designing itself. Okay, so it is not possible to go back to that phase, because there is no, see, you can come from system deployment to system maintenance, but there is no reverse line. Okay, that is the main drawback of the waterfall model. See, I gave you an example. In real world situations, whenever you whenever you program something, there will be errors in every phase. So there should be something that we should able to correct that error. For example, yesterday I told about Windows Vista. Okay, the Windows XP was there, then Windows Vista came. Okay, but Windows Vista was not liked by the customers. Even I use Windows Vista. Let me tell you, it was very slow. And XP was much better than Windows Vista. Then what they did is that, what Microsoft did, they modified Windows XP also, and they converted it to this one, Windows 7. Okay, but this is not possible. But this is not possible in case of this, if you follow this waterfall approach. That is, you cannot go back to the previous phase. Okay, this is a major drawback of it. Okay, so major advantage is that the advantage of waterfall model is that you know in which phase you are working. Okay, if you are in the requirement analysis, you know it, because you can go through this phase and you understand where you are working on. Okay, is my voice breaking? I don't know, net problem or something. Am I audible, students? Please let me know.
Am I audible, students?
Yes, ma'am.
Please let me know.
Yes, ma'am.
I don't understand. It's my net problem or I don't know. Like Subhanjit, I think you are not able to hear me. Others here, like, is my voice breaking or something like that? Please tell me.
Sometimes, ma'am.
Yeah, sometimes. Please tell me. Okay, but my here network is just bit low. Just okay. Okay, like Subhanjit, please like tell me in which part you are not clear. Then I'll explain again. Yeah. Okay. Not like he's saying that he's unable to hear my voice only. Okay. Others are you able to hear?
Ma'am.
Okay.
Ma'am, I
See,
can hear you clearly.
okay,
I can
okay.
hear you.
Okay, then my net is I think okay. Okay. Like if you have problem also, I'll share with you the like recording link also. I'm recording also, so I'll share. Okay.
Okay.
So I was talking about the advantage. So the advantage is that every phase is clear. The manager is able to detect in which phase like the project is on. If he is implementing, also he is able to, because in waterfall, what happens is after you complete one phase, then only you can move to the next phase. Okay. So that is like obviously after system design is entirely complete, then only you go for implementation. That is coding part. You cannot like your system designing is incomplete, half complete, and you can go now you code and then again you go for system designing. So this is not the case for the waterfall. So that is the advantage also, and disadvantage because we cannot modify the changes. And here it's written that obviously it's a very simple model, so it's very easy to understand. And next is deliverables of each phase are well defined. Now what do you mean by deliverables? Deliverables is something which can be delivered to the customers or to the requirements. So here let me give an example of the deliverable. So basically the requirement analysis, what is the deliverable, it's given to the system design. The SRS document is given to the system designer. Okay, the deliverable of the requirement analysis phase is the SRS, the software requirement specification document. And what is the deliverable of the system design? Obviously the design. Okay, and in coding, you know the code, and the entire system is here, and then tested, and finally the final product is here, then it is deployed. So I hope you are clear with the deliverable part. What does this deliverable I mean, basically it's an English word which means which whatever things you can be delivered. For example, you can take your phone. When you buy a phone, a deliverable is obviously your phone handset, the handset, and the manual. A manual is also given, right? That is a deliverable. So it reduces the complexity. So disadvantages also I told, and it's a very, so if you follow this every phase like this waterfall model, like phase by phase for a very small project also, then it will be taking lots of time. Suppose for writing a C program, building a, like if that is a code, right? I told you yesterday that please practice C programming for like game problem like tic tac toe. So if you keep on for writing that one, for writing developing a simple C program, if you follow all this stage, okay, first you will do the requirement gathering, then you will design, then you will go for implementation, then you will go for, so these things will take time. For very small project it's not required. Obviously for like large project is required, but for very small projects it is not required. Then there will be a problem because it will unnecessarily be time consuming, right? And obviously if when it cannot be used for projects where the like requirement gathering is not clear. Sometimes see the customer is unable to express himself. Okay, he's not he doesn't know that what he wants, and he keeps on changing his requirement every time when he meets us like managers and everyone. Okay, senior level managers. So what happens in that case, there is a issue, because the requirement that the senior level managers and the business analysts, what they understood before, they developed the requirement gathering and started keeping the project, and they said no, I want something else. So that is not possible because in waterfall, one phase finishes, then only we can go to the next phase. But if you keep on changing your requirement, everything changes. You cannot modify it here. So that is the major disadvantage of waterfall. Okay. So after, if you like want to get to like modify it, if there was to modify it, like to convert this drawback, okay, to convert this drawback, so we came with another model, that is the iterative waterfall model. So iterative waterfall model is same as the waterfall model, but the only difference is that there were feedback links available. So now the name suggests iterative. Okay, it is same as the waterfall model, but we can go there are feedback links available. Suppose after maintenance also, if we wish to go back to the requirement analysis phase, then it is possible. We can go to the deployment, then also it's possible. We can also go to the testing, it's possible. Implementation, it's possible. So this is known as the iterative waterfall model. So it like overcomes the drawback of the waterfall model. So clear till this point, waterfall and like iterative waterfall. Let me right. Okay. So like and we'll go for the advantages. We can go for this one.
Ma'am,
Yes, who's speaking? Yeah, tell me.
can we direct to the requirement, मतलब जहाँ पे modify करने की जरूरत है वहाँ पे direct switch कर सकते हैं ना step, मतलब
हाँ
ऊपर की तरफ
हाँ जस्ट देखो यहाँ पे फीडबैक लिंक्स
डायरेक्ट स्विच कर
अवेलेबल है,
सकते हैं ना।
डायरेक्ट स्विच कर सकते हैं। यहाँ पे हम लोग किसी भी फेज में, मेंटेनेंस से भी हम लोग रिक्वायरमेंट गैदरिंग में जा सकते हैं, फिर अगर मेंटेनेंस में हम लोग इम्प्लीमेंटेशन, फिर टेस्टिंग से भी इम्प्लीमेंटेशन में जा सकते हैं, इम्प्लीमेंटेशन से भी सिस्टम डिजाइन जा सकते हैं, वो अपने ऊपर है, क्योंकि यहाँ पे फीडबैक लिंक्स प्रोवाइडेड है, बट इन वाटरफॉल इट इज नॉट पॉसिबल। क्लियर?
यस मैम।
Okay. So I'll just I'll not overburden you. So this was the like topic I covered today. I have a so I will be sharing the notes by like this iterative and waterfall by today after this class. Okay. So yes, CRs are here.
Okay, ma'am.
Yudhmani, can you share with me the attendance? I think 22 people are there. Okay. Okay. Thank you, class.
नोट्स
गूगल
कॉपी में लिखना है ना मैम।
विश्वजीत सुनाई नहीं दे रहा है, ठीक से बोलो। Yes,
मैम कल का नोट्स जो आपने दिया है ग्रुप में, वो क्या कॉपी में लिखना है ना नहीं लिखना है?
नहीं लिखना है, तुम लोग डायरेक्ट वहां से देख ले, ऐसा नहीं है सॉफ्टवेयर। प्लीज डोंट मार्क अप द नोट्स, लेट मी टेल यू, दिस इज जस्ट फॉर योर इन्फॉर्मेशन, जस्ट गो थ्रू देम एंड राइट ऑन योर ओन। सॉफ्टवेयर इंजीनियरिंग अगर लिखते मतलब रट्टा मारते रहोगे नहीं होगा, बहुत टफ हो जाएगा वो। एक बार पढ़ लेना, कॉपी वॉपी में नहीं लिखना है, फोन में है देख।
ओके मैम, मतलब खुद नोट बना के लिखना है?
हाँ हाँ हाँ, खुद बना के लिखो।
ठीक है।
हाँ
थैंक यू।
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, share with me the attendance, okay, for today.
थैंक यू मैम।
Okay.
Okay.